Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, it was a rematch from week 1 of the May season. Bounty Hunter took on Clydesdale in the final round and two teammates went head to head. However, it was Bounty Hunter for the second week in a row, not only rolling it over in the finals, but he took home the championship win over his teammate. The Bounty Hunter and the Outlaw Motorsports race team look to hold on to the checkered flag here tonight.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
A capacity crowd is here at the MTA Arena, and we are sold out from floor to ceiling to watch 16 of MTA's baddest diecast monster trucks go head-to-head, all competing for the overall points championship for the May season. And they are all looking to dethrone the current Thunder champion, that's Timothy Cantwell in the Bounty Hunter Ford from Outlaw Motorsports. He has gone 2 weeks in a row now. He is the top dog to beat here tonight, and 15 other monster trucks and drivers are shooting for that checkered flag win right here tonight in the third week of the May season. And we're jumping right into round 1 action here on Thursday Night Thunder. Here's a look at your bracket and how things are going to shake down. Mountaineer takes on Goldberg to kick things off. Then we'll see Outlaw take on the Bigfoot. Razin Kane takes on Blue Thunder. And to close out the first half of round 1, Titan will take on Dragonoid. And it looks like Rich Wagner and Wildhair qualified. He gets first crack at the Bounty Hunter here to close out round 1. And up first, Chantel Bailey is now a 7-time Thunder champion. She is drawn up against Robbie Keaton and Goldberg, who has taken the May season by storm. But however, Chantel Bailey won 3 races in the April season, and she's looking to put Mountaineer right back on top here tonight and take what is rightfully hers. But Robbie Keaton and Goldberg has something to prove. Can he upset the veteran here in round 1? Here's the green light now. Goldberg and Mountaineer down the straight stretch. They're even. Robbie Keaton trying to play catch up and didn't have enough. And the Mountaineer gets the win over Goldberg here in round 1. We'll see Chantel Bailey back with Johnson Motorsports, and round 2 action. Goldberg is on the trailer here tonight in week 3. Next up in round 1 action, we have got downtown Mitch Brown, former 6-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, in Bigfoot. He is now set to take on another guy who's taken on the May season by storm. Jamie Hurd in the Iron Outlaw Ford out of Tonganoxie, Kansas, has had a couple of tough breaks these last couple of weeks. He's looking to turn this luck around here tonight against Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. 2 Fords going head-to-head here in round 1 competition. Outlaw takes on Bigfoot. Both trucks stage at the line. Here's the green light now, and down the stretch they go. Hurd's got a lead on Mitch Brown and turns it over, and Mitch Brown come back on him in the end. He will pick up the win in Bigfoot. A tough break again for Jamie Hurd and the Iron Outlaw. He got into a tough situation there in no man's land. Going back to an MTA replay, you see Jamie Hurd and the Outlaw had a lead on Bigfoot. Watch him here flying high up and over no man's land. Gets just a bad bounce. Maybe the rear steer may have kicked on him. Nonetheless, Outlaw has rolled it over, and he left all the room in the world for Mitch Brown and Bigfoot to come and take the win. Now the MTA track crew and officials are down there. They're going to roll the Iron Outlaw back over, and it looks like he may have busted the front axle housing on that truck. A tough break again for Jamie Hurd and the Iron Outlaw. A bad bounce there in no man's land. We're not sure if the rear steer kicked on him or what, but nonetheless, he is on the trailer here in round 1 tonight. And next up in round 1 competition, Charlie Stevens bringing the Blue Thunder forward to the line. He is now set to take on another newcomer to the scene, Timothy Atkins and Razin Kane, who performed really well last week here to kick off the May season. He's looking to turn things around and go even further in week 3. But, however, Charlie Stevens in the Blue Thunder Ford, he is staged now, ready to go. And you can believe Stevens trying to make a name for himself in Blue Thunder. There's the green light now, and Blue Thunder got him off the line. Razin Kane coming back. The body comes off, and Timothy Atkins and Razin Kane will get the win over Charlie Stevens in the Blue Thunder Ford in the near lane. What an incredible race. They were hanging side by side for 2 rookies. Nonetheless, Razin Kane does get the win. The crew is going to get that body back on that truck. But next up, round 1 competition, Zach George In that beautiful 1972 Chevrolet, better known as Titan, he draws up against Aaron Church, a former one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion and the owner of Sky High Racing. There he is in Bakugan Dragonoid in the far lane. It looks like Zach George and Titan are ready to go here in the near lane. They have come so close to a Thunder championship. It's tonight as the light goes green down the stretch. Titan's got a lead on him. Dragonoid's out of shape and Church turned it over in the end. Dragonoid is upside down there in the shutdown area. He was letting it all hang out, trying to take out the Titan here in round one competition. Aaron Church putting on a show for the fans as we go back and take another look right here off the start. Zach George in the near lane has Titan going full tilt here. Watch him up and over no man's land. Look at the far lane and Aaron Church on the nose. He tried to throttle out of it, just couldn't come up with it. Turned it over, going across the finish line, and the MTA track crew and officials are down there now with Dragonoid. They're going to roll that truck back over. There you see a little bit of fiberglass scattered across the track. They got a lot of work to do to try to bring Dragonoid back for next week to close out the May season. There you see what's left of Dragonoid. Aaron Church and team have a lot of work to do. We'll hope to see them back next week on Thunder. And next up in round one, Joseph Nelson in the Mind Blower machine. The truck debuted last season. He's got his hands full, taking on former four-time Thunder champion Kieran Adams out of K&J Motorsports and Crash Test Dummy. Now, Kieran debuted just late last year, and he's already racked up 4 championship wins. The K&J Motorsports race team have gave him an incredible piece of equipment to run, and they're bringing in one more truck this weekend at Injustice for All, and that is Casper. Crash Test Dummy and Mind Blower stage. Here's the green light now. Nelson got him off the line. Looks like Kieran trying to come back, and something may have went wrong there with Crash Test Dummy. It looked like he lost all power there in no man's land, but in the event, Mind Blower does get the win here in round one. Next up in round one competition, Jeffrey Skipper, the Iceman, in his last ride here in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. He's getting a brand new ride next season. He is now set to take on none other than your boy Shaggy. Matt Cheever and Grave Digger the Legend at a Poplar Branch, North Carolina, the 1951 Ford panel van stage in the near lane. Shaggy knows how to put on a show. Rolled it over in week one. They got a fresh body on it this week. The Iceman in the far lane wants to knock off Shaggy here in round one. There's the green light down there, even off the line down the stretch, up and over no man's land here. And Shaggy gets the win over the Iceman. And Jeffrey Skipper is batting 0 here tonight against Matt Cheever and Grave Digger the Legend. Shaggy is on a mission here tonight to reclaim what is rightfully his. And next up in round one competition, we have got Jason Craddock, another K&J Motorsports driver, former one-time champion in the Beast. He is now set to take on Bradley Graham, former 5-time Thunder champion, in his brand new ride, the Clydesdale Chevrolet, ready to rock and roll here in the near lane. Now you got to remember, Bradley Graham went to the finals the last 2 weeks of the May season. It's tonight his night. 2 bow ties going head to head down the straight stretch down. The Beast got a lead on him. Graham's coming back and does. The Beast goes right side up there in no man's land. And Jason Craddock and the Beast stood it on its nose there, coming over that last set of cars. Look at the way the truck's just sitting. He caught a bad bounce there in no man's land, and the truck is sitting there on its nose, leaning up against the van stack just before the finish line. A tough break for Jason Craddock, K&J Motorsports, and the Beast here tonight. Clydesdale does move on, however, but as we close out round one action, Rich Wagner from No Fear Racing, the 11-time Thunder champion, and his bad bow tie, the Wild Hair, is now set to take on the Cowboy from Hell, Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter out of Tonganoxie, Kansas, representing Outlaw Motorsports. But tonight, Rich Wagner, the longtime veteran, looking to end Bounty Hunter's streak. Can he get it done? Here's the green light, Ford and Chevrolet. The Bounty Hunter's got a lead on him. Wagner's in trouble and came back on him in the end. Looks like Cantwell's off the side of the track. Rich Wagner from No Fear Racing has upset the Thunder champion here in round one competition. Rich Wagner and Wild Hair will move on to round two here on Thunder. And what a tough break for Bounty Hunter. And I want to remind you guys that coming up at the end of May 28th to be exact, right here on the MTA YouTube channel, MTA and Justice for All. 32 of MTA's baddest monster trucks will compete head-to-head, all for the Injustice for All Championship. A huge race you don't want to miss. Tune in on May 28th, 2022 for MTA and Justice for All. It's going to be one heck of a show, I can guarantee you that. But now we're jumping right into Thursday Night Thunder here tonight, week 3 of the May season, and it's round 2. Mountaineer takes on Bigfoot. Razin Kane will take on Titan. Then we'll see Mindblower take on Gravedigger the Legend. Then we're going to see Bradley Graham and Clydesdale take on his old rival, Rich Wagner and the Wild Hair. And up first here in round 2 competition, downtown Mitch Brown and the Bigfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. He is now set to take on arch team rival Chantel Bailey out of Johnson Motorsports, the former 7-time Thursday Night Thunder champion and the West Virginia Mountaineer. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't kick off round 2 better than this. Outlaw Motorsports taking on Johnson Motorsports. Bigfoot taking on the West Virginia Mountaineer. Who's moving on to semifinal action here on Thunder? It's the Battle of the Ford Oval. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. They're even. Up and over no man's land. Some big time air for Bailey. Mitch Brown may have just fell back, hitting the van stack at the end. I do believe West Virginia Mountaineer is your winner, but Mitch Brown and Bigfoot was hanging right there with her all the way to the end. As we go back and take another look, you see right here, Bailey starts to pull a little bit of a lead. Some big time air by Mountaineer, and watch, Mitch Brown hits the van stack, and it was just enough to cost him the victory. And next up here in round 2, we have got Timothy Atkins and Razin Kane. The crew got the body back on. Now set to take on Zach George and the Titan Chevrolet. The beautiful 1972 Chevy pickup looking strong there in round 1. He is now staged over in the far lane this time. He hasn't ran this lane all night nor in qualifying. And Razin Kane in a lane he hasn't been in all night as well. Ford versus Chevrolet here in round 2. Titan taking on Razin Kane. There's a green light now down the straight stretch. Both of them hanging even. Razin Kane with some big time air. And Timothy Atkins, the rookie, picking up his second win here tonight. In week 3 of the May season, Razin Kane is moving on to the semis. Titan goes home on the trailer. And next up, Joseph Nelson and the Mindblower, the truck that debuted in the April season, as I said earlier tonight. And Joseph Nelson is driving the wheels off of it. However, another guy that drives the wheels off of anything he gets behind, Matt Cheever, Shaggy, Gravedigger the Legend out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. He knows how to put on a show for the MTA fans, but he also knows how to get the job done when it's time to go racing. The Legend takes on Mindblower. Now down the straight stretch they go. Cheever's got a lead on him up and over the cars here. And a close race. Nonetheless, Joseph Nelson was hanging right there with your boy Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend. I'm not too sure who got the win. I do believe from up here in the booth it was Shaggy. And a look at the photo finish here, it was Gravedigger the Legend moves on to semifinal competition. And next up here in round 2, we have got Bradley Graham, the former 5-time Thunder champion in Clydesdale, now set to take on former 11-time Thunder champion and old arch rival Rich Wagner from No Fear Racing and the Wild Hair Chevrolet. Rocking and rolling here tonight. He knocked off the champion early in round 1. Now he draws up against his teammate, Bradley Graham and the Clydesdale Chevrolet. A long-time rivalry renewed here tonight. Battle of the bow tie in round 2. Down the straight stretch they go. They're even up and over no man's land. We got a race here. And Wagner, I think Wagner came back on him in the end. Wagner and the Wild Hair may have come back on the Clydesdale in the end. The race was dead even all the way down the straight stretch, up and over the cars. As we go back to a booth review photo finish, your winner, Rich Wagner and the Wild Hair Chevrolet for No Fear Racing. What an incredible race, and folks, we're jumping right into semifinal competition. Mountaineer and Johnson Motorsports takes on Razin Kane. Then we'll see Gravedigger the Legend take on Rich Wagner and Wild Hair. And up first, we've got 7-time Thunder champion Chantel Bailey looking for victory number 8 here tonight in Mountaineer. Now set to take on newcomer Timothy Atkins and Razin Kane here to kick off semifinal competition. And you guys know as well as I do, Chantel Bailey and that West Virginia Mountaineer are 1-1, a machine. And they are now set to knock off the rookie here in semifinal competition. Or is the rookie going to upset the veteran? Here's the green light now down the straight stretch they go. Mountaineer starting to pull a lead on him up and over the cars. And what a save by Bailey coming across the finish line. Almost nearly on its side. And Chantel Bailey pulled it out in the end. What an incredible save that was. As we go back and take another look, the rookie was hanging right there with the veteran here down the straight stretch. Watch Bailey flying high up and over no man's land. Gets a little cattywampus, and look at the save here to the point of no return. Chantel Bailey pulls it out and gets the win. And next up in semis, we have got Matt Cheever, your boy Shaggy, and Gravedigger the legend, now set to take on 11-time Thursday Night Thunder champion from No Fear Racing. Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet, staged over here in the near lane. He is ready to rock and roll. He knocked off the current champion and his teammate earlier tonight. He is ready to knock off Shaggy here in semis. But what's the legend got for him here down the straight stretch? They go off the line. Legend's got a slight lead on him up and over the cars here. And Shaggy gets hung up on the bus stack. And Rich Wagner will skate by in the Wild Hair. He is in the finals against West Virginia Mountaineer. And folks, it's going to be a battle in the finals. Johnson Motorsports will take on No Fear Racing. Ford versus Chevrolet. Wild Hair will take on the Mountaineer. And folks, the finals are next, but we're going down to the MTA pit area, more or less the MTA garage, and we're going to show you guys what's going on in the garage these days. We've got Buffalo Trimmer 2 coming around, no problem, in the Ford Bronco. Mike Wine in the Outlaw Ford getting built. And what do you got here? The Wild Hair Chevrolet getting built for the And Justice for All event. Not to mention a replica build of Pablo Huffaker's Gravedigger number 10. A lot of things going on in the MTA pit area and the shop back at home. But folks, it's time for the finals here in week 3 of the May season. Chantel Bailey is looking for victory number 8 here on Thursday Night Thunder. She is now set to take on the man looking for victory number 12, Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet from No Fear Racing. But now if I could take you back to a little bit of Thunder history, Chantel Bailey took home her first Thunder Championship on episode 4. And now she takes on the man who took home the very first Thunder Championship, Rich Wagner in Wild Hair. Ford versus Chevrolet. Mountaineer taking on Wild Hair in the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime here on Thunder down the straight stretch. Wild Hair's got a slight lead, but Bailey coming back and turns it over in the end. Wagner was hanging right there with her. I'm not even sure who got the race win here tonight. An incredible race nonetheless. No Fear Racing taking on Johnson Motorsports, and Mountaineer is upside down at the finish line. As we go back to an MTA replay to try and figure out who won this thing, Wagner got her off the line down the straight stretch. Bailey knew she had some ground to make up. Watch them right here through no man's land. She hit the jump a little bit lighter. Wagner hit the bus stack, but so did Bailey. And there you see the photo finish. Your winner here tonight, Chantel Bailey from Johnson Motorsports in the West Virginia Mountaineer, knocking off the Wild Hair. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Chantel Bailey in the West Virginia Mountaineer on your 8th Thursday Night Thunder Championship and representing Johnson Motorsports. You are the champion here tonight, going into week 4 of the May season. And now as we look at the overall point standings to close out week 3 of the May season, Mindblower, Bigfoot, U.S. Air Force Afterburner, and Blue Thunder all hold the latter half of the bracket closed for week 3. And as we jump over to the top half of the bracket, making a huge improvement with tonight's victory, Chantel Bailey and Mountaineer move up to 3rd place with 130 points. But your top 2 spots in the overall points chase belong to Outlaw Motorsports with Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter leading the pack with 150 points, and Bradley Graham and Clydesdale with 135 points wrapping up 2nd position. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up week 3 of the May season right here on Thursday Night Thunder. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's show. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. 'Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time.